what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Cut to the Chase Fashion. If you're new to my channel, I'm Chase Tyler, and for today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 fragrances that you need to invest in for the fall and winter season. I have a fragrance from Zara, I have some fragrances from your top designer brands, but I feel like these are a good collection of investment fragrances that will take you all throughout the year, not just for the season. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So first, I have the Zara Salty Ocean Bouquet fragrance. I'm going to try and focus so you can see if it will. But it just comes in this clear glass bottle. This is a collaboration that Zara did with famous perfumer Joe Malone. So this is a collection of fragrances that they did. This one I absolutely love. I haven't tried all of them. They do have a collector set available online at Zara.com. It retails for $169 and you get 8 different fragrances including this one. So I absolutely just love the shape of the bottle. I love the cleanliness. I love the modern approach that they took with it. And for this one, the notes are black pepper and bergamot. Middle notes are C notes of sea salt and orange blossom, and then the base note is woodsy. So I absolutely just love this. This is an all-around great fragrance. It's spicy because of the black pepper, so you don't need a lot of this. When I first bought this, I didn't really know how well it would travel with me, how well it would carry, so I sprayed a lot of it on my body, and then come to find out, I didn't really need a lot of it, which is good because this only retails for $40, and this is the full size. And that's what I love about Zara's fragrances, is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to smell good, especially if you're somebody who likes to invest in other things and fragrances isn't in your, priority list of what you need to invest in. So I definitely recommend this as a starter fragrance for giving that luxurious feeling without actually paying a luxury price. So this one again retails for $39.50 and you can get it at Zara.com. I'll have everything linked down below for you so you don't have to worry about, finding it on Google or anything like that. And I'm also going to be able to share, aside from this one, with the other ones, I'm going to make sure that I find you the best price. The other ones I got from Sephora, so those are on sale right now, so that's really good. And then one of the other ones that I got at Ross, but unfortunately I was only able to find it on Amazon, and it's the full price, but it actually is the fuller bottle. So you're getting, more bang for your buck with that one. But this is Zara Salty Ocean Bouquet. And what I actually love about it too is that I just love how the clear bottle just gives a luxurious feeling without doing a lot. It just has the expensive luxury feeling without that luxury price, like I've said, and I just absolutely love it. So this is definitely one. I'm actually going to spray some on right now. This is one that I absolutely love. See those 3 spritzes? That's all I need. So next up is a fragrance that I'm very excited about. I have had this for a while, probably since this time last year. It is the Halston Z14 in the 4.2 ounce bottle. So this is the medium size, and I absolutely love this. I just love Halston. If you haven't checked it out, Halston was featured, or rather they did a Halston miniseries on Netflix produced by Ryan Murphy. It starred Ewan McGregor as Halston and Krista Rodriguez as Liza Minnelli, and it was just an absolutely amazing adaptation of somebody who was a force in fashion in the 70s. And I just absolutely love how they did it. The fashion, the music, the scenery, just the whole story that they decided to focus on his life and career was excellent and well done. And I just think you should definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. I believe it's 10 episodes, and it just shows you just his whole career from beginning to end, how he started, how he became famous, and then towards the end of his career in life, because he did unfortunately die from HIV/AIDS in the 90s, I believe. So it's just an excellent miniseries, and it's something that I think you should definitely check out. So the notes on Halston Z14 are: the top notes are cypress, lemon, bergamot. The green notes are basil and gardenia. Middle notes are cinnamon, vetiver, patchouli, coriander, cedar, geranium, and jasmine. And the base notes are leather, oak moss, benzoin, musk, amber, and tonka bean. Now this I was able to get on Amazon for $22.39. I actually got the aftershave as well, so I guess at the time when I was shopping, I believe I got it around the holidays last year, so it came in a duo pack. But I also used the aftershave. It smells just the same, and I love it. But I would describe this as a classic masculine fragrance. It's very heavy. To some people, they would describe it as something that, you know, your father might wear or your grandfather might wear, just because of, you know, how it's an older fragrance. But I just love how it just has that classic men's fragrance without, you know, having to go above and beyond. It's just something that everybody is familiar with, a lot of people know and love, and I think it's a great addition and an investment, especially if you're somebody who likes vintage or a little bit things that are a little bit older, not necessarily, you know, brand new. I think that this is something you definitely should invest in. And I would describe this as something that is great for an evening outdoors just because of how heavy it is. It is definitely a heavy fragrance. You don't need a lot, just like the Zara Salty Ocean Bouquet. Just a few spritzes here and there, especially if you shaved prior to your evening out and you're using the aftershave. You don't need a lot because between the aftershave and this fragrance, it's definitely going to be enough to carry you throughout the night. But I highly recommend the Halston Z14, and I also just love the shape of the bottle. Again, I love something that's going to look aesthetically pleasing to me. I'm a fan of packaging, bottles, just the way that things are shaped, because you want to feel luxury when you're, you know, investing in certain things, especially when it comes to fashion, fragrances, things like that. And I definitely agree that this is something that just will look great on a counter. And I love that the bottle, it kind of divots in the middle. So in between, so when you're holding it, it's easy to spray. I'll just show you what it looks like with the cap off. There it is. And it's just easy to hold, and it looks great in the hand. And I love the kind of smoky amber, almost smoky, like chocolate brown color that they decided for the bottle. I just absolutely love it. I think it's an amazing fragrance and definitely something that you should invest in. And it's only $22, well, almost $23, but it's definitely, you know, not out of budget, not over the top. It's something that will last you forever because, as you can see, I've had this over a year and look how much I've barely even used. I don't wear it that often. I only really wear it when I'm going out on a date. I may be going to an event or something like that where I'm going to be, you know, outdoors or something. But I definitely think that this is something great because this is something you can use every once in a while. It's not something that you have to use continuously and it'll last you. So next up on the list, I have Mont Blanc Presence. And this is one, again, in a clear glass bottle, simple packaging. I absolutely love the I absolutely love the bottle. I'm just going to take it off. And this is just, again, a great fragrance to invest in. Mont Blanc is a premier brand, but I know that they're definitely on the luxury side, but this is something that you don't have to invest a ton of money in. Now, as I said earlier, with this, I got this at Ross a couple years ago, like pre-COVID, and it was only 20 bucks, because this is a fragrance that came out in 2001. But the one that I featured down below and I linked down below from Amazon is the fuller size bottle. So it is $70, but the bottle is about this tall. So it's about this much taller. So it's definitely something that will last you even longer. Again, I don't use this that often. As you can see, the bottle is pretty much still brand new for the most part. And this is one that I think will be great for a night out, a date night. It just has that clean fragrance that this is like a great fragrance for you to put on after you've taken a shower, after you've gotten ready for the day, and you just need something light and not super heavy. It does have some heaviness in it because of the notes that I'm going to go over, but it's still a great clean fragrance. A lot of people have described it as a fresh linen smell. So it's just a good, clean fragrance, especially, like I said, after a shower, before you go out. It's just a really good fragrance. So the notes on this are cardamom, bergamot, cinnamon, ginger, heliotrope, which is a flower, and it's known as the, I believe, cherry pie flower, just because of the notes that it gives off as the flower is extracted and things like that. So it's definitely something that's a little bit sweeter in that note. And then sage, apple, white musk, amber, tonka bean, sandalwood, and teak wood. So this is a great fragrance for somebody who is on the go, somebody who just wants that clean, everyday fragrance. This is something that probably in the fall and winter I would wear to work just because it smells good, it's not too heavy, it's not too overpowering, but it's just enough so you smell good and you smell, you know, just fresh and clean. So this is the Presence by Mont Blanc, and like I said, I have it linked down below, and the one that I linked down below is $70, but it is the fuller size bottle. So I'll have a picture on the screen just for comparison of the bottle that I have in my hand compared to the bottle that you're getting. So this is the one that I have, and then this is the one that you'll be getting for $70. So you can definitely see a difference in the amount that you get. So that $70 is well worth it, and it's under $100. So you're not spending a ton of money on a fragrance. And if you really want to, I suggest maybe looking for, I'll try and link it down below, looking for a smaller sample size or maybe a travel size version so you can try it for yourself, just so if you don't like it, you're not stuck with a fuller size bottle. You have something that you can try, and if you don't like it, you're not stuck with it. And one of the things that I'll get into in a minute is with Sephora. At the Sephora that I go to at Fashion Show Mall, they have the Rollerball Boutique, where they have rollerball travel size fragrances of popular fragrances, Tom Ford, Dior, Replica by Maison Margiela. And it's great because those are all, a lot of those are really under like $50. I think the most one was a Tom Ford that was $55, maybe $60. But it's great because you get to try these fragrances and you're not stuck with the full size bottle. So if you don't really like it or you overuse it and you get tired of it, it's a great way to kind of test and see what you like and what you don't like, just so that you're not stuck with it. Because I've done that before. Like when I bought this at Ross, I had no idea what this was going to smell like because, you know, they lock up their fragrances and certain items like that. So I was just taking a chance, but I knew Mont Blanc was a great brand, and I was like, I'll try it. $20, what do I have to lose? And I love it. I don't use it that often, but I definitely love this fragrance. So moving on, now these next two items are going to be my designer fragrances that I have. These are a little bit more expensive. Not outrageously expensive, but they definitely are above $100. So I definitely think that these are investment fragrances. All of these are, in my opinion, investment fragrances. And you can always check out, you know, the holidays are coming up. Use honey, use Affirm, things like that. So you can, you know, kind of just balance your budget and things like that without having to feel like you have to go overboard like right away. Because when I'm always shopping, I always try and shop for things that I know I'm either going to use or I'm definitely going to know that I'm going to have for a long time. I'm not going to get something that's going to cost $50 and it's this big. I'm just not going to do it. But I definitely recommend you checking out these fragrances. So next I have Tom Ford Ombre Leather, and this I got from Sephora. I absolutely love the Tom Ford fragrances. I used to have White Suede that I gifted to my boyfriend. That one he uses only on date nights and special occasions or on the holidays, birthdays, you know, celebrations, just because it is a more expensive fragrance. But this one I love. I absolutely love the packaging. I love how intense it is without being too much. It's just a great, strong fragrance. So the notes on this one are, the top note is cardamom, middle notes are leather and jasmine sambac, base notes are amber, moss, and patchouli, and these come, since I got this at Sephora, these come in different sizes. So they have a 10 milliliter one, I'm going to put it on the screen, that is this size. This is a great travel size, a great sample size. That one retails for $47.50 right now on Sephora's website. And then I have this one, which is the 1.7 fluid ounces, and this one was $150, and this has lasted me, I don't know if you can hear, let's see. I don't know if you can hear that, but this has lasted me a long while, and I use this pretty much every couple of days, sometimes on, you know, weekends for work or something like that, or when I'm going out. But this is definitely a good fragrance, and the full size is $199. So that one is for the same shape of this bottle, but just a little bit taller. I'm going to have it on the screen for comparison. But this is still a great fragrance. And this to me is a well-rounded fragrance for any occasion, work, date night, a formal occasion like a wedding, a birthday party, something where you're going to get really dressed up. But if you want to keep it a little bit more casual for the fall and winter, and you still want a good classic men's fragrance that's just going to keep you and hold, this is definitely something to invest in. And what I like about this too is that this is a fragrance that you don't need a lot of. Like pretty much all these fragrances, you don't need a lot of them, because I tend to over spray. It's just simply because I'm a bigger guy, and my fear is that I've always been kind of like, oh, do I smell good? Do I smell, I sweat a little bit more even in the fall and winter, and I just want to make sure that I'm all good. I want to make sure that I don't smell, there's no odor, there's no body odor, anything like that. So I highly recommend checking out this fragrance. I'm going to have, like I said, everything linked down below. Sorry for not really being in focus. I'm trying to get it together here, but I definitely recommend this fragrance, especially if you're looking to dip into a designer fragrance, but you're not sure. Try the 10 milliliter one. It's small, it's compact, it's perfect for travel. So if you don't love it, you're not out of a lot of money. Yes, it is $50, but to me, I still like this is going to be one that you're going to try and you're going to love. And the good thing is about it at Sephora, they have testers. So you can always test a fragrance before you buy it, and if you spray it and you're like, I don't really like it, or oh, I really like this one, I'll get the full size of this one because I like it. That's what I tend to do. I always sample them before if I can, just so that if I'm going to buy the full size and invest that money, I'm investing in something that I know I'm going to use, because there's nothing worse than investing in something that you're not going to use, that's going to just sit in your closet, whether it be fashion or sit on your counter in the back of it, in the back of a cabinet that you're not even going to use because you spent all that money. So this is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So for my last fragrance, I have Savage by Dior. Now this is one of my luxury fragrances that I use constantly. This one I got around my birthday of this year, and as you can see, it is almost empty. I'm going to tilt it a little bit just so you can see. This is definitely one that I feel you need for fall and winter just because of how heavy it is. It is definitely a heavy fragrance. And so the notes on this are Calabrian bergamot, mandarin, cardamom, and elemi. The top notes are amber, leather cord, Virginia cedar, and candied raspberry. Sri Lankan sandalwood are the heart notes, and tonka bean, Papuan vanilla absolute are the base notes. So this is definitely one, you don't need a lot of this. Now there is a different version of this. I believe it is the Savage Elixir. This is the Eau de Parfum, but I believe the Elixir is the even heavier one, and that one is really heavy and strong. But again, you don't need a lot with these fragrances, all of these fragrances, because this is for fall and winter. So these are, as it's colder, as the temperatures drop and things like that, especially if you're somewhere where it snows, where it rains a lot, you're definitely going to want something that's going to carry and not smell so light, especially because of the cool breeze. You don't want something that's going to, so you spray it on at the start of the day, and by the middle of the day, you don't smell like anything anymore. So this is one that I highly recommend, and this one retails for $92. So all of these are under $100. Now this one probably with tax will go over $100. Well, no, I lied. I'm so sorry. The Tom Ford Ombre Leather, the most expensive, is $199. So these are all under $200, which isn't a lot of money, especially if you're looking to invest in a fragrance, a starter fragrance, because there are definitely fragrances that are a lot more expensive. But this one, this is a great, deep, heavy fragrance. I would use a fragrance like this. I've used it for work before, but I would definitely use this for a formal event, a wedding, a work event, somewhere where you're going to be really dressed up in a tuxedo or a nice crisp suit, something that you're definitely going to want to impress, dress to impress kind of situation, just because of how good it smells. And I love fragrances that just make you smell good, especially when you're walking by people or if you're meeting people for the first time. You want these fragrances to leave a lasting impression, especially if you're in business or whatever career field you're in, and you're looking for something to not necessarily impress people, but just something that carries you. So you just want something to make you feel good. You want to treat yourself. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. If you have any fragrance recommendations you'd like me to review, maybe, possibly, or things that you like yourself. And you can also just leave a comment down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends.